Do you think that it is worth it for anyone to be an illegal immigrant or to be illegal in any part of the world? When you live in the West, one of the things you normally hear in the news are illegal immigrants who are being deported. And what can really surprise you is that some of these people can be there for as long as 20, 30 years, and they are still deported when they are found to be illegal immigrants. And the danger that comes with that is that when you are able to live in that status for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years and above, there's a tendency to even forget that you are illegal, and you might not really plan your things like you are going to go anywhere anytime soon. So the deportation comes as a shock to you, and if you have not really planned your life very well, it becomes very difficult to go back to your home country because you are not planning your life like you're going back to your home country anytime soon. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Edwina. I'm so excited to have you here with me. Kindly stay with me as we have today's discussion. Do well to subscribe to be part of this lovely family if you haven't done that yet. Thank you. So, why do you think people want to be illegal immigrants? Well, some people argue that they have no other options to migrate, and all the legal pathways are for highly educated people, and because they do not have the education, their only way out is to be illegal immigrants. Some other people see the legal pathways as expensive, and so coming in on, say, visitor's visa and then overstaying your visa to eventually become an illegal immigrant, to them is cost effective. But is it really cost effective? I think there is always a price to pay. Nothing comes at no cost. There is always a price to pay, and the fact that you didn't pay the price immediately doesn't mean you are never going to pay the price. We are going to go through what you're likely to go through as an illegal immigrant. Sometimes I feel people really do not know what it actually entails to be an illegal immigrant. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking, because if you really know what it means to be that, you may not take that route, especially for people who have everything it takes, to migrate through the right path. And this video is actually trying to educate or inform others who are already not in this situation, people who are now considering migrating to wherever you want to go to, trying to let you know the harm that comes with being an illegal immigrant, and also advocating that if you intend to immigrate or if you intend to migrate, look for the right way and do it the right way, because there is no prestige in being an illegal immigrant. The first thing that comes with being an illegal immigrant is that you have no peace of mind. You have no peace of mind because you know you are illegal, and you live in fear and anxiety at all times. I mean, the mere seeing of a police causes you so much panic because you are scared the police is coming because of you, which may not even be the case. This is a situation that makes you live without peace, makes you live in constant anxiety and fear of the unknown. The next thing that comes with being an illegal immigrant is the risk of deportation. You risk being deported whenever you are found out to be an illegal immigrant, and no matter how long it takes, when you are found out, you are going to be deported. There have been cases where people have been deported after living for 30 years, having families, children, and all that. No matter how long it takes, if they find out that you are illegal, you are going to be deported. So you walk daily you go about your duties daily with the risk of being deported, and that alone also does not give you peace of mind. It contributes to your fear and anxiety. The other thing is that once you are an illegal immigrant, you have no right to work legally. For example, in Canada, you will need to have a social insurance number to be able to work. So if you're an illegal immigrant, it means that you do not have a social insurance number, so you are not legally permitted to work. If you succeed in finding work that is ready to pay you under the table, be ready to be exploited. Your employer will exploit you. You are likely going to be paid below minimum wage, and you do not have a say because you are an illegal immigrant. No matter how the employer treats you, you do not have a say. It's either you take it or you leave. You do not have a say when you are an illegal immigrant, because you know that no matter what comes up, even if something happens to you and you call the police, if you are in danger and you call the police, you know that when they get to know that you are an illegal immigrant, you are going back to your country. Because of that, when you are in danger, you do not even know what to do. Human beings have the tendency to treat you anyhow when they know that you do not have a legal right of stay. And people are really being exploited all over. It's not a pleasant situation. When it comes to healthcare, in some countries, there are free healthcare for people who are residents of the country. If you are an illegal immigrant, it means that you will not have access to this free healthcare. So whenever you are sick, it means that you have to pay out of your pocket, and it is expensive. For example, in Canada here, there was a time that we went to the hospital and we spent almost $1,900. I mean, even we have health insurance, but the hospital we went did not accept that health insurance, so we need to pay out of our pockets and ask the insurance company to refund. And we paid around $1,900 in a day for the hospital. So imagine that. And I mean, we're able to pay without much difficulty because we knew that that money was going to be refunded by the insurance company. Okay, so knowing that you are an illegal immigrant, you have no health insurance, you do not have access to free healthcare from the government, it means that whatever monies that goes out for these purposes do not come back again. And in most of these countries, you cannot self-medicate. You cannot just go to a pharmacy and buy medication. You will need to go through a doctor to get a prescription to get these medications. So it is very, very, very costly. You also do not have access to government benefits. So government benefits that are supposed to make your life a bit more easier, you do not have access to them. So it means that, I mean, your whole life is at risk and you are in control of everything. And the other thing is that you cannot even go back home. You cannot go back home. I mean, if you go back home, it means that you are not coming back. So you cannot go back home. So imagine being in a place that you've left your wife and children home and something happens home and you are not able to go back because you have put yourself in a situation that if you go back, you cannot come back in. So you are never able to go back until you are really ready to go back for good. And this, I don't know, but I see people who take these decisions as, wow, how do you do this? I mean, how do you take this step not knowing when you are going to go back? Especially people who have families. You have a wife, you have children, your parents, your siblings. I mean, if you are so family oriented, I haven't seen my parents in just a little over a year. And I mean, I am missing them so bad already. I can't imagine living 3, 4, 5 years without seeing them. But I mean, if you are an illegal immigrant, you leave not knowing when. Like indefinitely, you do not know when you are going to see your wife again. You do not know when you are going to see your children. Well, thanks to video calls now, you will get to see them on phone. But is that what we really want? Is that the situation that we really want to put ourselves in? Imagine you've lost your father, or your mother that you love so dearly, and you are not able to go and show your last respect or bid them farewell because you are an illegal immigrant, and if you go, you cannot come back. So you have put yourself in that very tight corner. Why won't you rather look for the right way? I mean, this video is not to deter anyone from traveling. Like I said from the beginning, it is to advocate that we should travel the right way, because really, there is no shortcut. There is always a cost to pay. So if you think that, oh, if I go through school, I have to pay school fees and I do not have that money, or you have the money but you are trying to be smarter, I mean, there are so many other ways you are going to pay back. there are so many other ways you are going to pay back. Or you think it is easier to get a visitor's visa than to go through school, or I wouldn't have to write any exams, or if I want to go through work or whatever, I wouldn't have to write any exams and all that. So I'll just take the easier route. There's no shortcut. And the easiest way or the best way to any destination is the right path. The right way is the shortest and the easiest way to any destination. Guys, some people argue that they do not even have any qualification to travel legally, and to them, the illegal way is their only option. I don't know. I don't know whether these people have really set to explore all the avenues or to explore all countries. I mean, so many of us are just focused on a few countries because that is where it looks like everybody is going. But I think that when we sit and do a lot of research, we will be able to know countries that we meet their immigration qualifications. I don't think every country is looking for people who are academically inclined. I think in some places they look for people who are tradesmen. In some places they look for farmhands. In some places they look for truck drivers and all these things. So it's not just about academics. It's about you doing due diligence. It's about you ready to sit and research and do your research and find where you can go with your qualification. Okay, with what you have, which country can you migrate to legally? Which country can you migrate to legally, looking at your situation and your qualifications? It shouldn't be Canada or the USA or the UK, because that is just where many people are going. There are so many places. In fact, there are many places that have so much more benefits than these countries that are so popular. But you will need to sit and research. And I think that is what most of us do not want to do. We just want to pay money to someone for the person to do everything for us. But this is a very big step that you need to take consciously. So you need to do a lot of research to know where you will go that you will be welcomed. Imagine living in a place that you are not welcomed. Imagine living in a place in perpetual fear that you will be deported. And imagine living in a place that you cannot even go back home, because when you go back home, it means that you are not coming back. I mean, imagine living in a place where you just have to work under the table. And we have heard of cases. There are so many instances where these people who live illegally send money back home, trying to prepare home so that when they go, they'll get something to depend on. They send money back home for relatives to develop something for them, to build some businesses for them, and they fail them. These stories are common. They send monies back home for their families to develop some projects, to do some projects for them, and they fail them. Because, I mean, you are not going to come to inspect the projects. If you have the ability to go and come, I mean, you can go and supervise your project. You can go and be there for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, see what is going, come back, and you know that the project is ongoing. But when they know that, they know that you are not going to come anytime soon, and you send them money for projects, sometimes they do anything they want with the money, because they know you are not going to come back anytime soon, or you may never even come back. Yes, some people do not even get to come back, to go back. Some people do not even get to go back because something happens and then they lose their lives tragically. So some do not even get to go back. Some never get to go back. And these things do happen. But we do not hear that most of the time, because we like to make noise about the few who are kind of finding their feet and they are able to have their way through things. But a lot more have a real difficult time going about this. So yes, for me, I think everybody will find the right pathway if you are ready to put in the work to research. And if we do not just focus on a few countries, and we are ready to spread our tentacles to explore other countries, and we are not so interested in getting things done in the shortest possible way, and we are really interested in the right way, I think almost everybody will get a right way to migrate and will go to places where, they wouldn't feel like prisoners, or they wouldn't have to be hiding, or they wouldn't lose their voices because, you cannot even talk. If you talk, you are going back home. So you have to be quiet and take every treatment, everything, just like that. Guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. Okay? Do you think that people are better off being illegal immigrants than any other thing? Do you think that people have no other choice? That is why they end up as illegal immigrants? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. But these are what I think. If we do due diligence, if you really, really, really want to travel and you do due diligence, you will meet some criteria somewhere. Probably not in the countries you're eyeing, but in some other countries. Okay? So, yes, this is what I think. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you have stayed with me through till this time, I'm sure you are enjoying the conversation, kindly do me a favor and subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification button. If you do that, it helps the message to go far and wide. Thank you for doing that. And thank you for staying with me to the end of this video. See you in my next video and stay blessed. Bye.